In the New Testament, you remember Paul said, I have a thorn in my flesh. And he cried out to God 3 times, God, remove this thorn from my flesh. He cried out 1 time and God didn't answer. He cried out again and God didn't answer. And cried out a 3rd time. And then finally God said, my grace is sufficient for you. Now that's easy to shout now because we know how Paul's life ends. We know that God ultimately walked with him every step of the way. But every now and then I just want to be real and say, God, when I've got a thorn in my flesh, when I'm dealing with some wounds, I don't want to hear your grace is sufficient. I want you to take away my pain. I want you to take away my sorrow. I want you to wrap up my bandage. I want you to heal me. I want you to pour some healing ointment on me and make me feel brand new. But God said, Paul, my grace is sufficient. In other words, you're wounded, yes, but will victory be yours? Yes. Wounded, but victorious nonetheless. And that's what happens in our text this morning. We find a man who would be wounded, but victory would still be his. A man by the name of Jacob. You know Jacob, and I don't want to dive off into Jacob's sordid past. I don't want to go into how he was a con artist. I don't want to talk about how he was a trickster. I don't want to deal with how he connived and robbed his brother what should have been. I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about what happens between chapter 32 and 33. When you get home, do me a favor and read chapter 33. Chapter 33 in Jacob's life symbolized a time when he was getting ready to operate in great peace and prosperity. Oh God, yeah. Chapter 33 is a season in his life where he would go through a season of peace. He would go through a season of having abundant prosperity. He would go through a season of everything that he thought he was getting ready to lose and have been taken away from him was getting ready to be restored back unto him. But that's chapter 33. At the end of chapter 32, it lets us know that before he would go into this season of peace and prosperity, he would have to go through the greatest battle of his lifetime. And somebody needs to know that there can be no peace and prosperity until you've come through the greatest battle in your lifetime. Somebody needs to know that right where you are right now, in the seat that you're occupying, right where you're sitting right now, you're in the midst of the most difficult battle of your lifetime. You're going through something you never thought you would go through. You're dealing with something you never thought you would deal with. But I come to tell you that if you can just fight and struggle through it, God has something great in store for you. That peace and prosperity is around the corner. But there can be no peace and prosperity until you emerge through the greatest and the most painful and the most difficult battle of your life. But if you can come through it, victory gonna be yours. Look at somebody and say, it won't be pretty, but victory gonna be yours. It might get messy, but victory might gonna be yours. You might be embarrassed, but victory gonna be yours. People gonna get disappointed, but victory gonna be yours. People gonna say, how could it happen? But victory gonna be yours. People gonna shake their head. People gonna second guess. But I come to tell you, if you can just fight through it, victory shall be yours. It don't have to be a pretty victory as long as you get the victory. If you win the game by 1, if you win it by 10, it don't matter. A victory is a victory, is a victory, is a victory. Wounded, but I got the victory. Look at somebody and say, wounded, but I got the victory. Stained, but I got the victory. Hurt, but I got the victory. Crushed, but I got the victory. Tumbled, but I got the victory. It's not pretty, but I got the victory. Look at somebody and say, I got the victory. They don't believe you. They don't believe you. Find one more person and say, neighbor, I got the victory. Oh, God. I got the victory. I've got to go through some things, but victory is going to be mine. I've got to be laughed at, but victory is going to be mine. I've got to be second guessed about the moves I'm making, but victory is going to be mine. People are going to shake their head and not understand, but I've got to just press through it anyway, because it's a faith move, and victory shall be mine. The text opens up in verses 22 through 24, and it lets us know that Jacob had been separated from his family, that he had been separated from his servants, that he had been separated from his possessions. And notice it says that after he had been separated from his family, after he had been separated from the servants, after he had been separated from everything that he ever thought meant anything to him, he was left all alone to wrestle with the man until the dawn or the breaking of day. I want to tell somebody that your greatest battle will not come when others are around, but your greatest battle will come when you're all alone. Your greatest battle will be there when you don't have nobody to lean on. Your greatest battle is when you don't have no friends to call. Your greatest battle is when you're dealing with something and you want to tell somebody, but you can't tell somebody, so you just stand alone. That's your greatest moment in your life. And God says right there, it's going to be a breaking point. And right there, I'm going to use you. Right there, I'm going to work on you. Right there. Oh God, your greatest battle will not come when others are around. It's going to come when you're all alone. Jesus had 12 disciples, but in the most difficult moments, it was 3. And when it really got rough, he just had Peter. But when he's on the cross, at his greatest battle, at his greatest moment, he's standing there all by himself. He has to say, Mama, take care of that boy. Boy, take care of my mama. I've got to go through this all by myself. And people looking at me, but I still got to go through it. People don't understand it, but I still got to go through it. Some don't want me to go through it, but I still got to go through it. Some glad I'm going through it, but I still got to go through it because it's my battle and it's my greatest battle. Never thought it would happen, but if I pull through it, victory gonna be mine. Look at somebody and say, when I pull through it, it may be ugly, but victory gonna be mine. When I pull through it, I have some wounds, but victory shall be mine. Oh God, tell somebody, this battle, you may have to go at it by yourself, but victory, y'all excuse me, but victory shall be yours. Tell somebody, I feel good, y'all, that victory shall. Shake that hand like you're going to shake it off. And say, victory shall be yours. It's not pretty, but victory going to be yours. You're going to get hurt, but victory is going to be yours. Just fight through it. Tell somebody, just fight through it. The text tells us that in 25b, as Jacob wrestled with this man, as Jacob wrestled with this angelic-like figure force, that the angelic force touched his hip and caused it to dislocate from his socket. Can I tell you that verse 25b, it bothered me. 25b bothered me because of what happened in 25a. 25a, it says that the angel was not mighty enough to beat Jacob. In fact, it says, as the man saw that he would not win the match, that means the angel could not beat Jacob. But yet it says in the B part that this angel that could not beat Jacob with just one touch dislocated Jacob's hip. That bothered me, y'all. That bothered me. How is it that in the A part this angel was so strong enough that he could dislocate? Oh, wow, God, help me, please. How is it that it says that this angel in the A part was not strong enough to win the battle? That's the A part. But in B part, with just one touch, he dislocated Jacob's hip. That messed me up, y'all. Maybe y'all got it, but it messed me up. Can I give it to you one more time? Because I used to play slow ball. It messed me up because it says in the A part that this mighty angel, although he was mighty, he could not beat or defeat Jacob. But in the B part, it said with just one touch, he dislocated Jacob's hip. That messed me up, y'all, until it was revealed to me that the angel was not sent to beat Jacob. The angel was not sent to defeat Jacob, but for Jacob to reach within himself and discover all that he had within himself to come out with the victory.